So you're looking at building a custom home here in Naples, Florida, but first you have to figure out where is the best place to buy land currently in Naples that's one, affordable, two, that's easy to build on, three, that's in a fast growing area, and four, obviously you want to be closest to the beach within a reasonable price. And that's exactly what we are going to be breaking down today, is the different pieces of land that's currently available for sale here in Naples, Florida. And right behind me is one of my newest construction listings right now here in the Golden Gates area of Naples. So we're going to be breaking down the affordable areas to buy land here in Naples. We're going to be actually popping into my computer, walking you guys through the entire area of Naples so that you guys have a full knowledge of what this area has to offer for you guys. And if you guys didn't know, I am partners in a custom home building company here in Naples and Sarasota, J&N Development Group, where we build luxury custom homes for our clients. So that is why we're here to walk you guys through the process step by step. Obviously, it comes with finding the land, because if you don't pick the right piece of land, you could be stuck with wetlands, you could be stuck with large trees, you could be stuck with environmental hazards, you could be stuck with not having utilities and so forth. There's a lot to look out for when it comes to determining the proper price for your land. So before we jump into my computer, if you guys are looking to build a custom home here in Naples and you guys just really want an honest, transparent, and fair builder, and I am also a real estate broker, so to give you guys the full perspective, walk you guys through the full process, you guys can reach out to me and my team with our contact information down below. And if you guys just have general questions, whatever that may be, or if you guys want to join our dedicated VIP email list, talks about all the new construction in the area, click the link down in the description down below. But with all that being said, let's go pop into my computer right now and let's break down all the different land options here in Naples, Florida. All right, now that we've jumped into my computer, let's start diving deep into what most people don't talk about when you're trying to buy land here in Naples. And in this video, we're going to be covering three main parts at three totally different price points for people that are looking to build. First one is going to be Naples Park area. Second is going to be the Golden Gate Estates area. And third and lastly is going to be the Orangetree area. And then we're also going to be sprinkling in some other topics such as looking at downtown Naples, maybe possibly going a little bit north into Bonita Springs. But I want to break down what everyone needs to look for, because obviously I'm in land acquisition here for our development company, and being a broker, I literally look at land every day, all day long, pretty much. So I'm going to be kind of giving you guys a little bit of the insider tips of what we look for when looking at building a new construction house, so that you guys don't have any surprises, or you guys buy a piece of land and find out it is covered in environmental hazards that you will not believe, right? So let's take a closer look. Let's first start over in the Orangetree area here. Let's start at the most affordable area that you are going to be able to build a new construction house, and that is going to be the Orangetree area. So if you guys don't know Orangetree, we have downtown Naples over here, and we're going to be using Zillow because it is the most user-friendly, but Orangetree is going to be up in the northeastern corner part of Naples. So as we go here, you guys are going to see lots of properties for sale, right? And this is all the ones that are currently active. You guys get to see all the different price points. We're going to be breaking down the difference, because prices range anywhere from $50,000 to $300,000, which is crazy because that is a huge swing. So what exactly is going on? So if you are looking for more estate size land, something with a little bit more acreage where you don't have to see your neighbors, we are going to be looking at the Orangetree area. So these areas are 2 to 3 acre lots, and I'll see if Zillow can pull it up here. So as you guys can see, they are going to be pretty large size lots in general, all different sizes. Some maybe even smaller than that, but they're probably non-conforming now. But let's dive in and kind of go through some of the different aspects here. So in Orangetree, the average price per acre, or the average price per land, I should say, is going to be, like I said, anywhere between $50,000 and $300,000. So let's start at a lower price one here, just so you guys get a decent idea of what we're going to be looking at, right? So let's just click on one in general. Let's click on this one, and let's take a closer look. So obviously this one doesn't have much information on it. If you're looking at it from Zillow, not pictures, stuff like that, I really shy away from this because I can't get a good idea of what exactly is going on here. I usually like aerial footage of properties. So we'll just go and find another one that's a little bit better. So actually, let's do this one just because it's a little bit, it's $65,000. So why is this lot $65,000? Yes, it is only, what is it? It's only an acre, a little over an acre in size, but why is it so cheap? So what a lot of people don't look at is if we scroll in here, look what this looks like. You have to look at the land, right? And we'll be showing you guys a tool that you guys got to use after this. But what this shows us right here is that we are in a wetland. I can see that quite clearly right here. You can see you have the scrub stuff right around here, the shrubby stuff all green, and then you have this brown little hole right here. So coming from a builder perspective, it looks like theoretically the only buildable area would be this little chunk right here, which obviously you have setbacks. Now, granted, you might be able to take a look at some other ones. You might be able to build right up to it. You just have to get a wetland map, which is going to be, cost a few $1,000s to get a wetland map done. And it doesn't shock me that it's almost 500 days on market now. So that's an idea, gives you a little bit of an idea, but here's a little bit better of an option that we have here. So this one is 2.73 acres. I mean, it's still on the market for almost 500 days as well. Doesn't really give us too much things to go off of, but it does tell us there's out of 2.79 acres, there's 2.73 acres, 1.96 is upland. So meaning the remaining balance of that is going to be wetland soils, which is going to make it extremely hard to be building on. And hence why these properties are so big here is because most of the property you find is going to be in a registered wetland or in a wetland area. So let's just click on another one that actually has some photos. Here we go. We got some good ones here. So this is what I like to see when I'm looking at it. Obviously, you're looking at real-time photos. They did have a building permit, it looks like, so curious to know what happened there. Obviously, they had plans for building a barn dominium. Yes, it looks like a barn dominium or some sort of shed that they were looking to put on it. But hence they did not. So, but this is good to give you an idea. So we see tall pine trees means upland soils, no wetland soils. If you have cabbage palms, then we will mean that it is going to have wetland soils, just because cabbage palms like a really wet soil. This is going to be the best one here, and I'm going to lead off of this. So what I like, obviously, an informal 2018 study shows no wetlands. Fantastic, 2.27 acres. And I'm looking at land myself, I guess, to purchase. But this is actually fantastic because there's no wetlands on here. It's 2.27 acres, and the best part is it's $220,000. Like, honestly, this is not a bad option. Plus, you have nice houses around over here. Everything is hardwoods. Don't have to worry about that. You have fruit trees right there. Fruit tree farm. You do have this. You have a waterway here. So I wonder what the flood zone would be here. And I don't know if Zillow is going to be able to tell me that. But let's keep going. Scroll down, scroll down. All right. So it doesn't tell us exactly what happened, or if it's in right here. Flood zone. All right, flood risk is a 3 out of 10. That is actually pretty dang good. Wind factor, obviously. Heat factor, obviously. Extreme, all that good stuff. But this is fantastic to know. Upland, fantastic. See, that's what we want to look for. That's actually a reasonable price, about $100,000 per acre, give or take. That's why I kind of like Orangetree, is that whole perspective. But before we jump into talking about Golden Gate and Naples Park, I want to show you guys what I'm talking about when we go into wetlands. So you guys can go into this website right down here, which I will link in the description down below, but it is our National Wetlands Inventory. So this is what I meant when we are talking about wetlands. We zoom into some properties, and here we are in Naples Park, or we're in Orangetree. You guys can see all the green represents some sort of wetlands area, which is why these homes over here go for a lesser price, because of, look at all the wetlands here. And obviously you guys can scroll through. That's why looking and doing your research before purchasing a property is absolutely crucial, because this could cost you thousands of dollars to actually get a permit to be able to build. And oftentimes you're not actually able to build on a wetland property. So it's good to note this website will be your best friend. Honestly, when you're looking at land, this website is going to be the perfect one for you. So keep that in mind when you are looking, because hence why there's not many houses here. Now it all makes sense to people. So let's go and browse over to, let's go down to Golden Gate, since we're already in this area. So let's scroll into Golden Gate. This is going to be the next most expensive area that we are going to be looking at today. So Golden Gate, very similar to Orangetree, 2 to 3 acre lots. They are anywhere between $220,000 to $600,000. Now that there's obviously some that are on the market for a little bit more, but it's justified by how close you are to the interstate, right? So the closer we are to the interstate, the more valuable these properties become. So we're going to be going through here. A lot of people are selling their houses, selling the properties with the house, actually. If you can tell that right here, I believe. Oh no, this one is not. Just depends on how old the house is and everything. So obviously you can see here, you're right up against all the residential areas, $1.93 million for this. It's been up for 4 days, which in my opinion is a really high price. But let's go back into something a little bit more reasonable, guys, here. So as we're scrolling through this area, let's take a look at what is for sale. Now, this is just a Google Street View, so it's not going to be able to tell us much. But this is what I'm trying to get to is where are the wetlands? Obviously, the first thing you look at is location, right? This location is right off of Collier Boulevard. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky to get a driveway in there, for example. And then we're going to just keep scrolling and looking at other places. So what do we look at here? Obviously, we have all hardwoods. We're going to click on here, see what we got. Google Street View here, more Google Street Views. All right, so we got houses being built all the way back. Fantastic. This means that most likely, if this house is built back, that this whole area is relatively safe when looking at buying the piece of land. So it looks like we can clear a lot of the space all around here. It's all hardwood trees. Doesn't look like there's any swamps, stuff like that. And would you look at that? If we read the description, we would not have needed to guess. But 100% upland lot, which is absolutely fantastic. That is why it's going for that $600,000 price tag. So let's keep going so you guys get an idea. This is only an acre, so it's half the size. The fun thing is that Golden Gate did change, well, Naples, I should say, did change their whole regulations. So now these acre lots are non-conforming. You cannot have these acre lots anymore. It doesn't mean that it's bad if you buy it. It just means that, if there's two lots, if there is a 2 acre lot, you're not able to subdivide them into 2 1 acre lots. So that is also key to note there. Is going to be the new rezone that actually happened here. So let's keep clicking through. Now, here's someone that may be like, no, I absolutely found the best piece of property in Naples for only $90,000. I do not really even have to look at anything more, but looking at this screenshot, here's what happens, guys. There is not going to be any houses near you, which is red flag number 1. Number 2, there is a house right here, but there's probably electricity, right? That's the key thing to know. But all of this, there's not any hardwood trees growing. It's all cabbage palms. You can see from the aerials, cabbage palms, cabbage palms, cabbage palms, which means it is going to be a very wet area, meaning that a lot of that is probably going to be wetlands. So be careful when you're looking at that, guys. And that is another reason why prices range so much in Naples. Let's go take a look at another one here. We have another acre piece of land. We have a house here, house here. This house was fully cleared out, which means that this guy has no wetlands. This person probably has no wetlands either. But obviously you would have to look and confirm and get a survey done. But at the end of the day, this is going to give you the best rough estimate of what exactly is going on. And don't forget to use our wetland mapper here, guys. This is going to be your best friend. Let's just scroll into the Golden Gate area to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what it's like here. So as you guys can see, once this all renders out, there is more wetlands over here, but then there's not as many wetlands throughout here. Now, obviously, the different flood zone codes dictate if you can or cannot build. So this is going to be key to note as you're looking on your lot buying process. So now let's scroll over to Naples Park, a whole different animal. And this is why we're choosing it, because we've had investors reach out to us about building in Naples Park because this is the fastest and most upcoming area. So these lots are not large by any means. They're anywhere from 0.15 acres to 0.3 acres in size if you're lucky. And the prices really range from $450,000, as you guys can see, to ones that are on the water for over $6 million. But realistically, if you're on the interior, you're looking at anywhere between $450,000 to about $800,000 to be about the sales price for property. So if we scroll through here, What's the hazards to look out for here? There's no wetlands, stuff like that. Obviously, Naples Park has been fully built out. So let's just scroll through so you guys get an idea. So when looking at properties like this, it's 6,000 square feet. The land is 6,000 square feet. This house is absolutely stunning, right? But as we're looking at here, what you want to look for is your buildable envelope, right, guys? So every area is going to have different building setbacks that we all have to be looking at when looking at land. This is a pie-shaped lot, meaning that your build is going to have to be skinnier in the back than it is in the front. And so, sorry about that. That is what's going to dictate what you can and cannot build, how, if you can build a pool and so forth, right? So obviously you have to double check. This guy already has a survey done with the site map. Fantastic. That's what you love to see when you're looking at this. And a lot of people love Naples Park because you're literally just right down the road from Vanderbilt Beach, the Ritz, and so forth. And obviously, as you guys can see, if you guys want waterfront property, it's going to cost you anywhere from $2 to $5 million to be on the water. But there's so much up and coming stuff here. The land, honestly, if you get the land for anywhere sub 400,000, you are seriously winning in this area. This is a double lot, so divide that by 2, and that is going to be the price. So honestly, guys, this is Naples Park's fantastic. I go down here sometimes. There's a lot of new builds growing here, but it really just depends. A lot of people are buying in this area for investment purposes, while other people are buying in Golden Gate and Orangetree for their primary residence, as it is more of an estate size area. So that kind of sums up why you have to be careful when looking at building, because if you guys don't look at what you're buying, it could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars on the backside of infill dirt. You have surveys, you have wetland mitigations. If the Army Corps of Engineers has to get involved, then you have to get them involved and pay for their services and so forth. It could be a mess. So that is why, if you guys think that the deal is too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. So make sure you guys do your research. And if you guys want more information on us and our building company and how we can help you guys walk you through point A to point B, you guys can reach out to my development company's team down in the description down below. And if you guys want to reach out to me personally, looking to buy real estate here or sell real estate here in the Naples area, Orangetree area, you can reach out to me and my real estate team with our contact information down at the bottom of this screen as well. But once again, guys, if you have questions or comments about this video, want me to talk about anything else, leave them in the comment section down below. I'm more than happy to make any videos that you guys are looking for. But with all that being said, we appreciate you checking out our videos as always, and we'll catch you guys next week.